Recently, the Houston Police Officers Union announced that they were in favor of overturning the city's policy of not questioning residents about their immigration status. Do you believe that the Houston Police Department should be enforcing immigration law, and if so, how?
I think this is a complicated subject, and certainly we need to do a better job in terms of a coherent immigration policy that is enforced by federal authorities, the state, and our city. I think the call by HPD, Houston Police Officers Union, is a little bit premature. You can't have one of the parties determining the immigration policy. You need to know that what the city does is if anyone is arrested or detained for any reason, our police officers ask them if they're an American citizen. And if they are apparently not an American citizen, we give that information to the federal authorities. So in that sense, we are cooperating in terms of enforcing immigration laws. But there's a new immigration policy going to come out of the federal government. You've got to have buy-in from the state. And the city, including HPD, under direction from the mayor, needs to explain a coherent policy.
Mr. Locke, any question?
Unfortunately, this is one of those questions that you can't answer in a minute. You're trying to balance the civil liberties and the right of Americans to be free of unlawful search and seizures against the needs to enforce a good immigration policy. And so you don't want to have racial profiling on one hand. On the other hand, you don't want to have people who have come to this country as criminals to be able to walk the streets. It's a very difficult issue. Where I come down is I don't want the officers on a traffic stop asking about immigration because I think it does greater harm than it does good. But once a person is under arrest or under interrogation for any reason, I think you ask about immigration, you ask about prior arrest and everything else that is relevant. And if you make a determination then and there that that person does not have the citizenship, you then turn them over to the feds and you do it in a prompt and efficient method. What I don't want to lose is the efficiency of our police department trying to handle immigration matters when we need them fighting homegrown crime.
That's time.
You know, as a young child, about 6 years old, I was asked to leave a restaurant because of the color of my skin. And I had to ask my grandmother why. Now, these were days where then we would call Mexican Americans. We were considered second-class citizens. Not until the 1950s did we actually get the same rights as African Americans under the 14th Amendment. This is a complex problem. We got to be careful out there on profiling, but at the same time, I've sat on the Harris County grand jury, and I would say 50% of the rape that we saw that were Hispanics were illegal. And the sad story is 90% of those were committing horrible crimes against their children and other children. Now, we have to talk to the police union. We have to talk to the communities like WeLeft, like NAACP, like the Asian community, and the Anglo community, and bring it together with one answer.
I want everyone who is a resident in this area to feel free to call the police if they are a victim of a crime, if they are being exploited in some way. I also want the children of immigrants, whether legal or illegal, to take advantage of the public health service. We need these kids in our immunization centers. We need them working with us for a public safety purpose. Public health trumps in this instance. On the other hand, if you are arrested and picked up for some kind of crime of violence or a felony offense, you should expect to have your immigration status questioned. And if you are here illegally, you should expect the full cooperation of the Houston Police Department with the Federal Immigration Service. I don't believe it's the best use of our police officers' time to stop people and inquire as to their immigration status, but certainly if you are under arrest and you're taking that trip to jail, we need to cooperate fully with the federal government.